When dust rises across the endless plains and the wind sweeps freely through the open land, a breathtaking sight appears between earth and sky. A herd of wild horses. They are more than just animals. They are the spirit of freedom, a symbol of strength, and the rhythm of untamed life. For thousands of years, humanity has walked side by side with horses. Once people feared them, then admired them, and eventually made them loyal companions. Horses carried humans through wars, across endless journeys, and toward the discovery of new worlds. Tens of thousands of years ago, millions of horses roamed freely across the vast steppes of Eurasia. Back then, the Great Steppe stretched across an enormous part of the continent, while the steppes we see today are only a small remnant of that ancient world. These herds traveled hundreds of kilometers every year, migrating with the changing seasons. Alongside them moved ancient people, learning to live in harmony with nature. A horse is not simply transportation, it is a living force that changed human history. Its speed connected civilizations, while its loyalty created a unique bond between humans and animals. Even today, when we watch horses racing across the open fields, something deep inside awakens, a feeling of true freedom, because the thunder of hooves sounds like the heartbeat of nature itself. For centuries, horses remained at the center of human civilization. Kingdoms rose and fell with the speed of cavalry. Traders crossed continents on horseback, and nomadic tribes built entire cultures around these magnificent animals. In many ways, the story of humanity cannot be told without the story of the horse. But while humans changed the world, the horse never lost its wild spirit. Deep within every domesticated horse still lives the soul of the ancient steppe runner, alert, proud, and free. Even today, when a horse gallops across an open field, it carries the same energy that once echoed through prehistoric plains. Scientists believe horses shaped migration routes, trade networks, and even communication between civilizations. Before engines and machines existed, horses were the heartbeat of movement itself. They carried messages, transported families, and stood beside humans in both triumph and hardship. Yet beyond their strength and usefulness, horses possess something far more powerful, an emotional connection with people. They can sense fear, trust, calmness, and courage. Many writers say a horse does not simply obey a person, it understands them. Across the world, from the Mongolian steppes to the American prairies, wild horses still remain symbols of untamed freedom. Watching them run together as one herd reminds us of a forgotten part of ourselves, the desire to break free, to move without limits, and to live in harmony with nature. And perhaps that is why humanity has never stopped admiring horses, because in their eyes we see not only an animal, but a reflection of freedom itself. As time moved forward, machines slowly replaced horses in everyday life. Cars took over the roads, trains crossed the continents, and engines became faster than any living creature. Many believed the age of the horse had come to an end, but something remarkable happened. People never forgot them. Even in the modern world, horses continue to inspire artists, warriors, travelers, and dreamers. They appear in legends, paintings, films, and ancient stories passed down through generations. Because a horse represents more than speed or power. It represents a connection to a simpler and freer world. In remote corners of the planet, there are still places where humans and horses live, almost as they did centuries ago. On endless grasslands, riders move with the rhythm of the wind, and children learn to ride before they can even fully run. There, the bond between human and horse is not tradition. It is a way of life. Wild horses also remind us that nature cannot be completely controlled. No matter how advanced civilization becomes, there will always be creatures born to run beneath the open sky. Their freedom cannot be measured, bought, or contained. When the sun sets over the steppe and a herd disappears beyond the horizon, only the distant sound of hooves remains. Yet that sound stays in the human heart forever. A reminder that true freedom is not about where you live, but about the spirit you carry within you. And perhaps somewhere, deep inside every person, there is still a part that longs to ride across endless lands beside the wind, just like the horses once did. Beyond the distant horizon, where the sky melts into the endless earth, the story of the horse still continues. Long before cities rose from stone and steel, the sound of galloping hooves echoed across valleys, deserts, and mountains like the voice of the wild itself. To ancient people, horses were not merely creatures of the land. They were gifts of survival, guardians of movement, and companions beneath the stars. In the freezing winters of the steppe, horses dug through deep snow to find grass hidden underneath, teaching humans how to endure the harshness of nature. During endless migrations, they carried families, supplies, and dreams toward unknown lands. Entire civilizations learned to move with the rhythm of the horse, following rivers, grasslands, and seasons across the face of the earth. Some historians believe that the domestication of horses changed humanity forever. Once humans learned to ride, distances became smaller, cultures began to connect, and the world itself seemed to open. Messages that once took months could suddenly travel in days. Trade routes stretched farther than ever before, linking distant kingdoms through movement and exchange. Yet, despite all the progress they brought, horses remained creatures of instinct and freedom. A horse could never be fully controlled by force alone. Riders throughout history understood this truth. Respect mattered more than power. The strongest bond between horse and human was built not through domination, but through trust. That connection still exists today. Somewhere in the mountains, a shepherd rides quietly beneath the sunrise. Somewhere on an open prairie, wild horses race against the wind with no fences before them. Somewhere a child touches a horse for the first time and feels both fear and wonder at once. Across every continent, the presence of horses continues to awaken something ancient inside the human spirit. Scientists often describe horses as highly intelligent and emotionally sensitive animals. They recognize voices, remember people, and respond to human emotions in ways that still amaze researchers today. A calm rider calms the horse. Fear spreads instantly between them. It is almost as if horses can read the hidden language of the human heart. Perhaps this is why horses appear so often in myths and legends. In ancient stories, they carried heroes into battle, guided souls through unknown worlds, and symbolized the unstoppable force of life itself. From the legendary stallions of the great steppe to the sacred horses of old kingdoms, they became part of humanity's imagination as much as its history. And still, even now, when modern life grows louder and faster, people search for places where horses run free. Because watching a herd move together across open land reminds us of something the modern world often forgets. Freedom is not noise, speed, or endless technology. Freedom is movement without fear. It is strength without chains. It is living in harmony with the earth beneath your feet and the sky above your head. When night falls across the plains and the stars appear over the silent grasslands, the horses continue their journey through darkness and wind. Their shadows disappear into the vastness of nature, but their spirit remains alive in every story humanity tells about courage, loyalty, and freedom. And maybe that is why the horse will never truly vanish from the human soul. because somewhere deep within us, beyond cities and machines, beyond time itself, there still lives the ancient desire to run wild beneath the endless sky, side by side with the thunder of hooves.